counterbalance fitness with a busy life. So a common concern we have is people have got kids, they've got jobs, they've got all these kind of things, and they're sort of like really confused. They want to say, well, I don't want to be selfish, etc. Or I don't really have the time. How do I get around this, etc.? So the first thing to point out is this: there's two ends of the spectrum. You've got people who are being selfish because they're just basically saying, look, I've got to go work out, I've got to go work out, I've got to go work out, like every 2 minutes, maybe even a couple of times a day, even that kind of thing, or for hours at a time. At which point, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, do you want to be a physique competitor? You can't really have like great relationships with everyone around you and go like kind of obsessive. But at the same time, if you don't exercise whatsoever, you don't train at all, that's also very, very bad, because like say you're just very busy and you're always constantly putting yourself out for everyone else, and as a result you just don't have any time to even look after yourself, have a haircut, go to the gym for any amount of time either. That's also very bad, because you can't pour from an empty cup, and exercise is necessary to take care of yourself. So a small amount of exercise is going to be good for you, and everyone around you will benefit from it. So first thing to address is, how much does it take in terms of time to actually get very good results from strength training? It's actually the most efficient form of exercise. It can take as little, believe it or not, as like 20 minutes or so a day, provided it's done like daily once. So you're talking like 2 good exercises, a few sets of like say squats and bench press, for example, and you're going to get a pretty good physique from that. You're going to get the metabolism boosting, the insulin sensitivity effects from it, the strength, the body sculpting from it. You're not going to be a bodybuilder, okay, but you're going to look good, and as long as you're somewhat active and you move around throughout the day, you're going to be healthy. See, it's not true that you have to live in the gym. So you should be able to, at the very basic level, be able to carve that amount of time out. But at the same time, like I said, it can be selfish. If, for example, you're disappearing for 2 hours at a time, unless you want to compete at like the highest level of bodybuilding, or going out multiple times a day, that kind of thing, then you have to be a bit honest with yourself, because you can't do everything. But I think it's absolutely essential that you do, train in some capacity. You know what I mean? Because every aspect of your life, from fitness done correctly, benefits.